In the quiet darkness of a small southern town, the sharp, sudden crack of a shattered window sliced through the silence of the night. This abrupt disruption wasn't merely a break in peace. It signaled the deep-seated hatred hidden beneath the town's sleepy facade. This sound marked the beginning of a profound journey through the heart of modern-day America. From the small, conflicted towns in the south to the vibrant, complex cities of the north and the innovative, forward-thinking West Coast. Here, we would delve into the pervasive roots of racism and witness its impact on every facet of life. In the dim light of a vandalized classroom, a young black teacher named Michael Turner surveyed the damage. Glass littered the floor like frost on an unwelcome winter morning. Shaking his head, he muttered to himself, "They think this will stop me? My students need me now more than ever." Every day, Michael faced more than the remnants of broken windows. He confronted systemic barriers and personal prejudice, striving tirelessly to provide education and opportunities for his students, often finding himself at odds with the very community and school board that should have supported him. Miles away in the bustling north, Emily Carson, a white journalist, sat in her small, cluttered office, her fingers flying over the keyboard with a fierce determination in her eyes. "This story goes deeper than I thought," she said to no one in particular, her voice filled with a mix of excitement and dread. "It's not just isolated incidents. It's a web of systemic racism, tightly woven into the fabric of our cities." Her investigation into systemic racism in urban areas was about to challenge her own beliefs and confront her readers with uncomfortable truths that many would rather ignore. On the West Coast, David Kim, a Korean-American police officer, stared at his own reflection in the locker room mirror. His uniform, once worn with pride, now seemed to weigh him down. "What am I if I stand by in silence? Am I part of the problem?" he asked his reflection. Caught between his identity and his badge, David faced a critical juncture after witnessing a racially charged incident involving a fellow officer. This moment would define his path forward, either within the force or outside it. Standing on the steps of a bustling courthouse, Aisha Johnson, a black activist and lawyer, addressed a crowd of eager reporters. Her voice, clear and powerful, cut through the murmurs of the crowd. "Today, we shine a light on the darkness within our legal system," she declared. "This case is about more than one man. It's about justice for every individual marginalized by our society." Thrust into the national spotlight, Aisha took on a high-profile case of police brutality that brought her face-to-face with the deep-seated racial prejudices embedded in the judicial system, challenging the very foundations of justice in America. As dawn crept over the horizon, bathing the small town and the cities beyond in a new light, the stories of Michael, Emily, David, and Aisha began to intertwine. Each of them stood as both a beacon of hope and a stark mirror to the society they inhabited. Their struggles and triumphs painted a complex portrait of a nation in flux, offering a glimpse into the hearts and minds of those who dared to challenge the status quo. Michael's educational program, born from the shards of that broken classroom window, began to bear fruit, drawing praise and emulation even as the personal cost loomed large. "We're making a difference, but at what cost?" he often wondered, gazing at the scars left by racial attacks against his family. Despite the challenges, his program became a beacon for other schools, inspiring similar initiatives aimed at empowering through education. Emily, her articles sparking widespread discussion and controversy, faced a critical turning point when she was accused of bias and lost her job. Undeterred, she launched her own independent platform dedicated to investigative journalism. "The truth doesn't stop being true just because it's inconvenient," she often said, her resolve strengthening as she continued to uncover and challenge systemic injustices. David, after witnessing one injustice too many, made a decisive break from the police force. "I can no longer enforce a system I do not trust," he declared, choosing the path of a whistleblower. This choice, while isolating him from former colleagues, earned him newfound respect and support within the community. Working with community leaders, he began to rebuild trust and forge a new path forward for community police relations. Aisha's high-profile case concluded with ambiguous results, neither a clear victory nor a defeat. Yet the publicity surrounding the case ignited a national debate on the need for legal reform. "This isn't the end, it's just the beginning," Aisha often said, channeling the momentum into a nationwide initiative for legal and racial justice reform, striving to transform the system from within. Together, their stories wove a complex tapestry that reflected the ongoing struggle against racism, filled with systemic challenges, personal redemption, community solidarity, and enduring hope and resilience. By connecting audiences emotionally to their personal lives, maintaining engagement through intersecting storylines, and enriching the narrative with educational elements and diverse perspectives, their journey not only entertained, but also educated, inspired, and provoked thought, driving home the powerful message that change is possible when individuals come together to challenge the status quo and push for a fairer society.